But riding early on just to keep pace with those that were naturally quicker. But it's what's natural at the end that really matters. And number 4, Black Cheetah, opens up the baby campaign, the Futurity Plate, and has won it with a little bit of authority. Had them waxed. Second, number 6, Call of the Crew. That's a nice debut. Third went to number 3, Between the Lines. She was probably the best finisher. The first 400 metres of the race was ordinary to watch. The second 400 was a lot better. And number 5, North Point. I agree with the guys downstairs. There's something there with the son of William Longsword. Ran 4th, just ahead of So American. Then came Blown Away. And as Demanding Dave, with a little bit of authority, had them waxed. Was Walk Right. Second, number 6, Call of the Crew. That's a nice debut. Third went to number 3, Between the Lines. She was probably the best finisher. The first 400 metres of the race was ordinary to watch. The second 400 was a lot better. And number 5, North Point. I agree with the guys downstairs. There's something there with the son of William Longsword. Ran 4th, just ahead of So American. Then came Blown Away. And as Demanding Dave, with a little bit of authority, had them waxed. Was Walk Right. Second, number 6, Call of the Crew. That's a nice debut. Third went to number 3, Between the Lines. She was probably the best finisher. The first 400 metres of the race was ordinary to watch. The second 400 was a lot better. And number 5, North Point. I agree with the guys downstairs. There's something there with the son of William Longsword. Ran 4th.
And that is your field. 7 runners going to post for the first of 8 races this Saturday afternoon on the Standside track. This race will be run over 1,600 meters and it is 9 minutes away.
Right, Shalandra, well, good afternoon once again, and good afternoon to all our friends who are just joining us. The canter past is in progress. It is going down to the start of race number 1, and the first race is over the 1,600 meters. We're on the Standside track this afternoon. It is a Super Boca maiden plate for fillies and mares. One scratching the 7 Lady William, and we're looking at a field that's been reduced to 7 runners. Now, please take note, if you're just joining us, that the horses for the duration of the meeting will be parading in the back parade ring. And we will do, of course, the post-race formalities out here in front as per normal. Right, race number 1, you are very keen on the 3 Ono Komachi. Let's see if that has been finding any support, any love in the markets.
Well, taking a look at the tote betting at the moment, Cecil. Number 2 is Tuscan Star, now at 2 Rand 10 a win. Number 1, Lacewing, 3 Rand 50. Number 3, Ono no Komachi was at 9 Rand 80, is now at 8 Rand 10. Number 5, Asia's Tiara is at 5 Rand 40. The first timer, number 8, Precious Beauty, is at 13.70. Number 4, Bella Boop Boop at 14 Rand 50. And number 6, Lady Sabrina, is at 15 Rand 70. Now we've got 7 minutes to go, Cecil. It is the start of the bipod for today, and that bipod pool right now is sitting close to 108,000 Rand. As a reminder, if you missed it earlier, the scratchings for today: in race 1, scratch number 7, race 2, scratch number 2, race 3, scratch number 7, and in race 8 you can scratch number 9.
And of course, there's an important jockey change you haven't given us there for race 2.
Correct, important jockey change for race 2. Gavin Larina is not riding today. Number 6, Fireburst, will now be ridden by Pierre Stradham, and in race 8, Bridge of Spies, will now be ridden by Jeffrey Seister. And a quick take a look at that bipod. It's now gone to 110,000 Rand.
With how many minutes to go?
We've got about 6 minutes to go.
All right, so just give us a rundown. Let's just take a look at the top 3 or 4 and how you'd go about playing the bipod.
Well, for me, Cecil, I think there's a few runners here you've got to include in the bipod. I think number 1, Lacewing, like we spoke about, returns from a rest of 91 days, finished second behind Sensoria, second behind Silver Parasol, and you spoke quite a bit about the form of finishing second behind Vulcanite on that day. Is the early pace setter, does have draw number 7 to overcome, and has placed over the course and distance, so you can't leave out number 1, which is Lacewing. Another one, Cecil, on the improve here, and I see more support has come in because it was at 2 Rand 20 for a win about 2 minutes ago, and number 2, Tuscan Star, is now at 1 Rand 90 for a win and 1 Rand 20 for a place. Improving from the yard of trainer Alec Laird. That recent run behind Glamorous Lady was right here over the course and distance, and it was a good comeback run indeed.
Indeed. All right, so now as far as the rest of the bipod is concerned, anything you could suggest as a banker?
Cecil, I am normally a little bit skeptical about bankers, but if you look at race 2, there seems to be a lot of talk for number 6, Fireburst, in that race. Race 3, I think, is wide open. We've got some talented youngsters running in this race. I like a bit of Ronde Bosch. Okay, and I think you like a bit of number 2, Lead the Charge, as well.
Okay, just before we round off, let's just have a look, if possible, and ask our producer. We can have a look at 1, 2, 3, and 5. Those are the principles, and thereafter, I think people can have a last chance to really make up their minds. Now, Jared Penny, he has been in scintillating form. He's just having a golden patch right now, and he's aboard the 1 Lacewing.
Yeah, and I think, Cecil, he's been in really good form. I know you've been raving about the way Jared Penny rides as well, so you've got to give this one a good chance.
Okay, let's have a look at the money horse, and that is your current favorite at 15 to 10. Money hasn't stopped for Tuscan Star.
Yeah, looks really good at the moment, Cecil. That's number 2, Tuscan Star, from the yard of trainer Alec Laird. Taking a look now at 1 Rand 90 for a win and 1 Rand 20 a place.
Yeah, without question, the sibling won its maiden over the 1700 and went on to win a couple over the 1600, but was never far off when it comes to grade 1s and grade 2s. Last met was actually third, a length and 0.65 lengths behind the winner.
Absolutely a talented sort. The other one I do want to look at, Cecil, Cecil, is number 3, Onono Komachi. You've got Diego de Gouveia teaming up with the Roy Magnus stable. They've had a few winners together over the last few weeks as well.
Indeed, and Diego taking time and going down quietly. Is that the 3 certainly will win its races, is taking time, but there is gradual improvement every time that we see this horse come to the races. Last time not putting in the effort that it was as effective as the penultimate, but I'm sure we will see the 3 on its toes as we see there. And then the last one is Trent Mayhew, and he was quite confident about the Craig Mayhew trained number 5 Asia's Tiara.
Absolutely, I think 2 decent runs to date. If you go back to the debut run, Cecil finished 2 lengths behind Greenhouse on debut on that day. Wasn't really fancied, but stayed on for 3rd on that day. And then second time round, finished 5th behind Sonic Jet, and Sonic Jet came out to win really impressively on that day as well.
All right, so the canter wasn't not too bad whatsoever. In fact, was the one that caught me. I think, if anything, I'm going to go the 2 from the 1 and 5.
Okay, so I'm going first, number 3, Onono Komachi. Second, number 2, Tuscan Star. Third, number 1, Lace Wing. I'm going to throw in the first timer there, Cecil, which is number 8, Precious Beauty.
All right, let's just have a late and last update on the pools before we hand over to young Mr. Manchi, who's going to be calling the first 2 as well as the conclusive 8th.
Yeah, that bipod pool right now is sitting at 122,000. Let me correct myself. I did say he'll call races 1, 2, and 9. It should have been races 1, 2, and 8 with Nakib Munshi in the commentary box, and Nico Kritiotis will take over after him as well.
Thank you very much, Jalandra, and hopefully it is going to be a profitable start to the continuation to the weekend. And of course, we're looking forward to lots of sports coming through, and where better to access opportunities to have a bet than to that Betway app. And of course, many ways of topping up that app if you're already on it. For now, let's stand by, and Nakib's the first call of the afternoon.
Thank you very much, Cecil and Shalandra. Runners loading up for race number 1 on the card here. Onono Komachi, the first one to load. Your favourite number 2, Tuscan Star, 2 rand to win, 1 rand 30 a place. Precious Beauty and Bella Boop Boop, they one of the next few to load up. Bella Boop Boop goes in, Precious Beauty to come forward. Lady Sabrina coming in. Lady Sabrina goes forward. Lacewing will be next. Asia's Tiara and Tuscan Star. Asia's Tiara goes in, Tuscan Star the last one. All set, 1600 meters, and away they go. Got him away to a nice start. Just Lacewing is taking up there towards the back end of the field in the early stages. Tuscan Star began well. Racing up on the outside is Lady Sabrina. 3 deep and circling horses. Tuscan Star settles in second now. Bella Boop Boop is racing back in the 3rd spot. Then came behind them Precious Beauty in 4th along the fence. Onono Komachi's behind that. 5 lengths off the front runner. Further back in the field behind those is Asia's Tiara, and Lacewing is at the back end of the field. They're racing about 6 lengths off the leaders to make their way past the 1,000 meter marker. Lady Sabrina's a clear leader, leads it by a length and a half to Tuscan Star racing on the fence in second. On the outside is Bella Boop Boop racing back in third. The black and silver hoops followed further back by Precious Beauty. Onono Komachi's on the outside of runners. Then came Lacewing in the black cap between horses, and on the fence is Asia's Tiara last. Homeward bound, 700 meters from the judge. Lady Sabrina in the center of the track leads the way. Tuscan Stars on the left hand side, the white face moving in. Bella Boop Boop is on the right hand side, and Onono Komachi finds a clear path down the center, and further back is Precious Beauty as they come down to the last 400 meters. Tuscan Stars gone for home, goes 2 lengths clear. On the outside is Bella Boop Boop, and then Precious Beauty and Asia's Tiara is also running on. Onono Komachi's in the center of the track as they come to the 200. Tuscan Stars in front. There's pressure from Asia's Tiara on the outside, who's closing it down. Lady Sabrina's further back in the field. 100 to go. Tuscan Star still goes strong. Asia's Tiara tries to come back on the outside, but Tuscan Star's going to win it. Tuscan Star from Asia's Tiara. Then came Lady Sabrina, and Onono Komachi was in behind that in 4th. Number 2, Tuscan Star, comes through to win here for the Alec Laird stable. Calvin Habib, the winning rider, owned by Messrs. G.A. Basil, L. Clark, G.C. Cornwall and K9 Solutions. Theo Driscoll. Second place to number 5, Asia's Tiara. Then number 6, Lady Sabrina, back in third. And fourth place to number 3, Onono Kamachi. Here's the head-on replay. Tuscan Stars on the left-hand side, Asia's Tiara 2 off the left, and these were the 2 into the closing stages. Asia's Tiara trying hard, but Tuscan Star was just too good today. It's fourth start here with its first win under Calvin Habib. Well done to all concerned. 2-5-6-3, that's how they crossed the line.
Ashton, thank you very much for that. We're going to go to Vicky for the preview.
Thank you very much, MJ. Very good-looking field of horses for the Hollywood Bets. Kenilworth welcomes you. Maiden plate for the fillies mares over the 1400. Number 1 still together, big daughter of the United States, stepping up in trip, and as mentioned, she is a big girl that will more than likely improve. She looks right well. Number 2, Cherry Sky. She's had a gallop coming into the race in Natal. She's a filly that's always sort of taken her racing to tighten up in that, but she looks very well prepared today. Probably the best I've seen her coming into a race. Number 3, Russian Royal, the daughter of Rafif. She's a big girl. She ran a good third on debut behind Yo Lakading. Very much, she's a big girl. She's thoroughly going to enjoy the trip. But her coat is good. She looks bright, very energetic. She's stepping through well. Number 4 is One Hell of a Party. Gareth Wright aboard. Very neat individual, I thought. She also looks very good in the ring. She's been walking through with a good bit of energy. I'll tell you a filly that stands out is number 5, Nemorosa. She's only had the 2 runs, but improved huge amounts first to her second run. Number 6, Louis Starr, the daughter of Louis the King from the Greg Enion Yard. Ashton Aries, thankfully, MJ caught up with him. She again will make a huge amount of improvement. Lovely type of filly. Her coat looks very good today, does this filly. Over to you, Grant and MJ, for the canter down as the horses are leaving the chute. Englefield Green also looks good. Just a comment on her.
Thanks, Vic. There goes number 1 down to start. Still together, 3-year-old daughter of the United States. MJ?
Yeah, she's getting a bit of urging from Grant, a little bit green. Coat condition, very good.
Just a little bit green. Just looking around a bit. Nothing wrong with the action.
You can see she's only had 1 start.
2 is Cherry Sky. This is Glenn Cotson and Dennis Schwartz. They team up together. Blinkers fitted for today.
Yeah, she looks happy going down. Quite flashy filly. Coat is also shiny.
Yeah, she looks in good nick, doesn't she? There goes number 3, Russian Royal. This is a huge filly. She weighs in well over 580-odd kilograms, and I thought being a big filly like this, the fact that she handled Durbanville the first time out like she did, she's going to love the extra.
Definitely, and she's taken a little bit of hold, but just obviously experienced now, and lovely filly.
There goes the 4, One Hell of a Party, the daughter of One World.
Lovely action, Grant.
You've got to think there's got to be improvement today.
Definitely on that. On that action, she'll definitely enjoy the bit of extra as well.
Nemorosa is number 5 there in picture with some of the Glen Cotson Yard. Chad Little jumps on board. Good run, nice improvement first to second start. There goes the 6. That's moving down quite freely.
Yeah, very relaxed. She's not in a rush to go really, but can't fault her coat and going down nicely.
Favourite is number 7. Hopefully that's going to be next. There's the 5 once again. What did you make of the 5?
Yeah, also looks pretty happy, and some nice fillies here, Grant. Their coats are really they've enjoyed the sun, and you can see some good shine on them.
There goes number 8, Sheets and Goggles. Now Anthony Andrews, Aldo not yet.
Going down beautifully, forward and happy.
Quite keen. There's the favourite going down with the pony.
It's a tricky filly, this. She looked well in the parading. She definitely behaved a lot better today than she has been, so definitely on the up and quite happy with that.
We saw the far side, that was the 9 going down. Annie Song first time, a little bit green.
Yeah, she's a bit green. Needs a bit of a shaking up there.
10 is Wagram.
Can't fault that.
Seems to be moving quite freely as well.
She's on that will definitely be improvement, Grant.
And then number 11 will be the next.
Yeah, that's going down very nicely. Sweet Conifer. It's really going down nicely here.
Fair form, good, nice run first time out. Second run was also good behind Barry's Boogie. So, again, very nice field of runners for our second race. It is the opening leg of the bipod, and the best turned out. Well, let's hand over to Vicky.
Thank you very much, Grant. It must be said that the Main Chance Farm's best turned out in race 2's number 5, Nemarosa, the daughter of Vercingetrix, and Lindile looks after the filly. So, Lindile, well done.
Well done, Vicky. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lindile. Brilliant. He looks after his horses incredibly well, and Nemarosa looked an absolute picture in the ring. So, well awarded. And she had beautiful dapples and also quarter markers and all sorts. So, very well done to him.
All right, thank you very much, Vix. I can confirm that number 7, Englefield Green, has gone from 9 to 10 out to 2 to 1. So there's been a drift in the market about number 7, Englefield Green. 3 Russian Royals at 15 to 4. That shortened up a little bit. A beautiful big individual is Russian Royal. 11 Sweet Conifers at 6 to 1. And after that, you're getting 18 to 1 and better. The value at the moment lies with number 6, Louis Star, who's trading at 33 to 1. So the market not really helping us. If anything, there's been a little bit of support around for number 3, Russian Royal, but 7, Englefield Green has started to drift as well. Grant?
All right, thanks very much. Let's get into bipod duty here. We need to get a couple of runners that should find out. There was some money early on as we went to Englefield Green, who looked a picture in the ring, the 3-year-old daughter, give me the green light. She's out of the Captain Almare. She's had the 4 starts, so she's had quite a lot of experience compared to some of the other runners here. But she has been getting closer, and I don't think Miraculous is a slouch. So on that run alone, she's got to come into this race with a really good chance.
I think she'll be an obvious choice for many that are playing the bipod. It's a slight concern that Brandon has read out that betting, that she's now out to 2 to 1. Of course, she was beaten by Brett Crawford's runner, who was odds-on last time out to win. And she only started to get a mind on racing over the final 100 meters or so. You watch that replay, you'll see she seemed to be one pace, and then she shot up. I think against this type of field, she is the horse to beat on what she's done to date. Went over to Andre Nel, who represents Platinum Racing, and he says this is our best runner for the day. He likes the filly. He was spot on when I chatted to him last week about the runner early on in the day, and he suggested that if the guys are playing it wide in the pick 6, not to leave out Sarki. He does like the filly, although it may be on the sharp side for her. He's hoping that the pace is on, which could suit her. She's doing really well back home, but he does like this filly, and I couldn't extract much more from him. Grant, I wanted to actually go as far as to, get to say that it's a 5-star bet or something, but it is a race and there's some form to work around, but he likes his filly a lot.
I think there are a couple of other runners that probably suggest that he's not going to be overly confident. He's obviously expecting a massive run, but there are runners that can give him a bit of a challenge here, and one of them, MJ, would be number 11, Sweet Conifer. Brett Crawford's teaming up with Richard Free. A wide draw, not ideal, but 2 runs so far, and they've both been decent.
Yeah, and she's a filly that you can see her action going down. She's definitely looking for a bit further. Last time, she was just a bit off the bit, and she got sort of towards them, and she stayed on. The typical run for a filly that will go for extra. Draw not ideal. We do have the long straight today, the summer course. Does make it a little bit easier, but 1400 on this track, you draw there, it's not easy, Grant. It's about 200 meters and you're into the corner, and then if you don't go to position, you don't have a lot of time to get in position. And Richard is obviously a legend at placing horses. He will be in the right spot, but it's not going to be easy for her.
I want to chat about number 3, Russian Royal, and Brendan, I'm going to bring you in here as well. This is a massive daughter of Rafif. She's out of a Windrush mare. The fact that she handled Durbanville the way she did, and there was a little bit of shrewd support for her on that day as well. She opened up at 33 to 1. She shortened into 20 to 1. She ran third. She was beaten just 2 and a bit lengths behind Yo Lakading. We know that form line hasn't been the strongest around, but bearing in mind that this filly is going to relish going up in trip, and the fact that a big filly like this could be competitive at Durbanville, she could be anything.
Absolutely, Grant. I think you've summed it up beautifully. She's a beautiful big daughter of Rafif. She weighs almost 600 kilograms. So the further she goes, the better she'll be. 14, 16, and maybe even further in time. I think we'll see the best with number 3, Russian Royal. Grant, we both had a good look at each other when she walked into the parade ring. For me, she stands out as being a filly we need to watch closely over the next couple of weeks and months. And I'm of the opinion that she's not the finished article. So from a good draw, Gavin Larino will probably have her in a good position. There should be no hard luck story. She'll love the step up to 1400, and there's been money around, so huge respect, Grant.
I think she's a massive runner. Dees, where did she fit into your equation? Was she too big for you, or what did you make of her?
I must agree, on looks, on pedigree, on an action, the way she was presented. If you didn't have a form book in front of you and you didn't, go in depth into the form lines, she'll possibly be your pick. But it's the form that matters. And I pulled out the form line, and 27 runners in total, just the one winner. I think it was Lunga Gila's runner that has come out to win from there. So it's not the strongest form line here in the Western Cape. But that said, what Eric Sands has done with her is that he's given her some time off to mature, strengthen up, and you can see the results, because however she looked on the 23rd of August, you guys can tell me more. She just looks like another filly today. I'm almost certain of that. She looked like she was ready to run number 3 Russian Royal. So on the form, I'm not convinced, but on looks, I certainly will put her in my top 3. 1,400 meters, I must agree with Brandon. In time, she's looking for 1,600 meters plus. So whether she's going to need this run or not, I don't know. But she is a filly that I will keep a very close eye on.
You certainly don't want to be leaving her out of the play today, MJ. And in terms of your bipod, if you were to say, right, I'm going to put 3 horses in, I think we need 3 to get through here, who would they be? Or would you be happy to maybe check a chance with the 7?
Yeah, I'll go 7-3, and then I've got a roughie, Louis Starr, Grant. Just get back to Mr. Sands' filly. I think watch a replay. She was right there.
Lyrical about this the entire time. I must say, from the time I arrived on course, MJ, you told me 14 to 1. What's the price now, Brandon? Louis Starr.
It'll probably drift
33 to 1. I see some other bookmakers are offering 40s.
Wow, you went in too early, MJ.
No, it's okay. Maybe the one run too soon. I think this filly will run a nice race into the placing. She'll be there. But yeah, just getting back to Russian Royal. Nice big filly, and I thought she was just behind. The form line hasn't worked out, but she was 3 lengths off, and she didn't go away. She stayed on there. Yes, the form lines haven't worked out, but she's a nice filly, and I think she'll be competitive. But for me, I'll take those 3 horses, 7, 6, 3 for the bipod, as you asked.
I want a quick chat about number 8, Sheets and Goggles. Anthony Andrews replaces Aldo. Do we know where Aldo is? Was it a weight issue, or do we know anyone?
No idea.
No idea, but I can tell you that MJ's just submitted his bet, because Louis Starr's gone from 40 to 1, now trading at 15 to 1. So well done, him.
All right, so they're all loading up. Alistair Cohen. Standing by, race number 2, opening leg of today's bipod.
Thanks very much, guys. Brandon, I'd love to know who your bookmaker is. They loading only 5 runners. Englefield Green from the formidable Mother Russia, Another Russia, Gimme Another Family. Goes in. Flag up. Gates are back, and they're racing away. Still together, one of the first to break from an inside jump, but Russian Royals allowed to lead. Few lengths away to Cherry Sky. Must be racing about 3 lengths off the leader in third at this early juncture, with Sweet Conifer racing around to go up into second place. Nemarosa was further back. Sheets and Goggles midfield. Englefield Green, Indigo Sleeves and Cap races around 7 off the leader, then 2 lengths away Louis Starr. Annie's Song was further back, then comes Wagram, and one hell of a party races out at the end of the field. There's more than 10 lengths in it as they work their way towards the 800 metres mark, and Russian Royal out in front by a little less than a length. Sweet Conifer is second, length and a half away still together at the rail. Third, Nemarosa and Cherry Sky are together. Englefield Green, Sheets and Goggles, South African flag is one off the rail. Annie's Song was further back in the field. Then we go back to one hell of a party, and Wagram, 500 metres left to run. Russian Royal is the leader by a length. Sweet Conifer, Blue Sleeves, White Cap second. Still together inside rail. Third, Englefield Green makes some progress now, 2.5 lengths off the leader. Further back, Sheets and Goggles and Cherry Sky as they now reach the final 250, and Russian Royal gave a lovely kick, is the leader now by 2. Englefield Green on the ropes towards the outside is Sheets and Goggles. Cherry Sky was further back. Russian Royal continues to plug away. Russian Royal going to see off Englefield Green. Third, a photo, Sheets and Goggles involved with Cherry Sky. Start to finish win for Russian Royal. Gavin Lorena in town. Eric Sands, the trainer. owned by Volkerbosdrift Pty Limited, nominee Mary Slack, bred by Volkerbosdrift de Turffontein, the daughter of Rafif, as mentioned, from the formidable Mother Russia, Give Me Another Russia family. It really is a lineage of note, as Russian Royal wins it by a little less than half a length. Englefield Green was second. The size differential, I mean, can't even put them in the same parade ring just about. So there's a lot to like about Russian Royal, and taking nothing from the runner-up in second away. Third, we'll go to Sheets and Goggles. Then came Cherry Sky. Sweet Conifer was next in fifth. Then came Louis Star. Still together, Wagram. Then came Annie's Song. Nemaros and one hell of a party. So the winners in the black jacket and the scarlet cap. She gave that kick, that spark about 300 metres out, which gave her an extra length to work with over number 7, Englefield Green, who's got to be a winner in waiting. Towards the left-hand side, Sheets and Goggles finished off quite nicely. So did Cherry Sky. But there's a lot to like about number 3, Russian Royal. The more she races, the further she goes. Probably the better she'll be.
All right, welcome back. It is race number 2, which will see the start of the PA. That's off at 1 o'clock. Ross Robertson. Fillies and mares 7-1 divided handicap. It's over the 1,600 meters. A couple of changes to highlight once again. The scratching is the 2 Shampimpi, and the jockey change. Just the one ride had Gavin. He's engaged in the Western Cape, and that was to be the 6 Fireburst. That is now a chance ride for Mr. Pierce Striker Stratum. And the way he has been going, it was looked to the one to beat on paper. He will certainly be licking his lips at the prospects of the 6 of Fireburst. Will be having a second run out of